All right, we're good? Okay. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming to the webinar. This webinar is about managing the new gradebook in iLearn. As you know that iLearn has been upgraded over the summer, and this is our new version. If you go to the iLearn login page, you will see that we have new documentation set up. This is a link just in case you, after a long summer, you need to refresh your memory. When you are here, this is a new change we made this year. We don't have the hard copy of the best practice book. It's pretty thick. It's going beyond 100 pages. We think it's impossible to print everybody everything. So if you go to the Teach page, all right, see here, it's the Teach page. You click on it, you will be brought up to this documentation page. And this is the documentation we set up for everybody, all the faculty to use. For the gradebook, it's on the side. Let me just move the window slightly. Okay, so you can see that this gradebook window is right here. If you click on this gradebook, you will see the documentation. It's a PDF file, and you can save it on your computer and print it out, have it with you all times. So hopefully it's very convenient for you. Let me know if you have any feedback about this documentation. All right, so now let's log in. I'm going to show you what the gradebook looks like now. Let me check. Hey, Kathleen, I can see you because your video camera is on. Hey, how are you? So we don't have the webcam on, so probably we cannot see you, but nice to see your face. Okay, so let me log in. My login interface is different from yours, so don't mind me. This is how I log in. Okay, just a second. Something wrong here. Let me see. Okay, we're in. Now, when you're here, you click on this. Okay, I click on this demo site. Okay, this is the gradebook. You can see it's on the left menu area. It's a little bit lower on the left menu area called gradebook. So if you click on it, this is what it looks like now. Let me make it a little bit bigger so you can see better. Okay, how about now? So I will close the chat window temporarily because I want you to see the entire screen. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. Okay, if you look at the top menu area, pretty much the same: grades, import, permission, settings. And if you look at the interface, it looks like an Excel spreadsheet. Yeah, and yes, that's what we did with that in mind. Now, the first column you can see at the left is the students' names. Because this is a demo site, that's why you see a lot of student plus 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 here. If you have your class, if you have more than like 6 students, you can see all their names here. All right. Now, if you look at the top menu bar, top row, you can see all the assignments, the items you put in there, assignments, midterms, quizzes, or projects. So I'm scrolling this bar here because this is what I can do now. This is a new feature. Just very similar to the Excel spreadsheet. We now can scroll from left to right, and the first column, the student view, will be frozen. Okay, this is what happens now. It's the same for the student row. If I enlarge a little bit, I think you probably can see better. You can see that if I scroll from top to bottom, the row will be also frozen. So this is what happens now. You can see that, right? So the top row is frozen. Okay, so this way. Okay, see the top row, the students' items, the grading items are frozen. All right, now let's look at the, zooming a little bit. Let's look at the items itself. For this one, I have set up several categories. So the test category, 40%, assignments category, 40%, and then we have a final project, 20%. Now, for each of them, they have a number of items. For example, tests have this midterm exam. This test, you can see, seems to be redundant, but actually it's not. This column indicates the percentage inside this category. So in this category, you can see the student's performance within this category. This is a percentage. Now, if you go to the next one, you can see even better. So 1, 2, 3, this is sample assignments. Then this one is the percentage for this assignment. So, for example, this student 01 is doing pretty well. He got 93% within the assignments category. All right. Now, if you look at some of the scores closely, you probably notice that this one, 96, has a little dialogue balloon here. And if you click on it, you know what it is. So if you move your mouse to it, you will see a little drop down here. Click, you can see that's actually a comment, right? If I click on it, you can see what the student got. So yeah, you're all right. So that's a comment. I put it in there yesterday. This is how you give students scores. You just click on it and type in your scores. So, for example, I want to give Corey a point because she just submitted her assignment. So I'm thinking, you know, Corey did pretty well. Just one typo there, so I give her 99. Okay, so when I click enter, you can see what's happening. Ta-da! Now we have this little check mark, a green check mark to inform you it's been saved. In the past, there's no save button or any indication of saving. Sometimes you get confused, but now we got this green check mark. All right, now I also want to give Corey a comment. So I click open and give her a comment. I would say, mind that one typo in your paper. Right, save comment. And now it's saved. See, you can see that this little dialog balloon showed up also for Corey's assignments. All right, now this is a general view of this assignment. It's a little bit faint, but I'm wondering if you notice that there's a little log here. Do you see this sample assignment here? Do you see a little log here? It means that it's originated from other tools. So this is assignment, so it's originated from the assignments tool. You cannot manually change it inside the gradebook. All right, that's what the log indicates. Usually we can send the items from the test and quizzes. We can send it from the assignments tool. We can also link it to the forums. So when that happens, you can see there's a little log to indicate you cannot change it in a gradebook. If you want to change the grades, you need to go back to the original assignments in the assignment tool, or go back to the original quiz in the test and quiz tool. So we have this visual cue here. Now, these are the instructor view, so you can see everything and you can modify everything. So I just showed you how to change the grades manually. If you look at the interface, there's also a small downward arrow here for each individual item. This is to change the settings for individual items. So, for example, this one, so edit items, and you can see all the settings for this particular item. You can change it then save changes. For now, I just cancel. We will talk about how to do it later. And then if you think about it, so you're saying, I'm not so sure I want to put the sample assignments right here. I want to shift the orders. I want to have 1, 2, 3 together, not a sample assignment in the middle. So I'm going to move it. So to move it, you can click this button and say move left or move right. So for this one, I just say move right. Move. Okay. Move right. So now it's changed. You can see that. Okay, let me scroll up a little bit. You got 1, 2, 3 sample assignment. Now it's moved. Now, you can also click on it and drag it to move it. So for example, this one, I want to move it to the left of assignment 1. So I can hold on to it and drag, drop. You can see that it's changed. Sample assignment 1, 2, 3. Now it's all changed. All right. So after putting all those grades in here, you're thinking, what do the students see? Now, it's very similar to before. You just need to click on students' names to see the student view. For example, I want to look at a student plus 1. Click on student's name, this one, click, and you are brought to this summary page. Now, you are still on the instructor view. You can see there, this is a grade summary for the students. You have the course grades, letter grades, percentage, everything. You can group by the category, or you can expand, you can collapse, everything. Now, if you click next student, you can see the next one. This is a student 02, and he's B-. So not as good as number 1. So this is instructor view. If you click on the other tab, student review mode, you can see what a student exactly see. Because the course grade is not yet released, students cannot see the release button. Okay. So when you're done with it, you click done and continue, and you're back. All right. So this is a general view of this gradebook. All right. You can also see here, you can also hide items. You grade by category. For example, if you only want to see the midterm, right? You don't want to see anything else. You hide all, and then check the box for midterm. So that's all you're going to see. So only the midterm exams, all right? Now, show it all, and you see everything again. You can also group by categories, uncheck the button, and then you don't see all the categories on the top. You only see all the individual items. All right, this is how it works. Click, and you're back. You probably noticed that this categories are color-coded, so you can see the category better than before. Okay. All right, let me see if I got any questions, or is there any other features on the gradebook you want to ask me about. If you want to ask a question, you can type in the chat window, or you can just unmute yourself. You can talk. All right, any questions? Yes, Kathleen?
Yes. In the past, I could enter grades where I wrote up an assignment, or I could have them entered directly into the gradebook.
Yes.
Is that still the case?
Yes, it's still the case. You can set up assignments in the assignment tool and the grade students there. Then you can link the assignment to the gradebook. Then the grades will be automatically populated in the gradebook. So students can see the grades both in the assignment tool and the gradebook tool. Yes, still the case.
I have a second question.
Sure.
What about extra credit? Or
yes.
will you talk about that later?
Yes, I will definitely show you. You can set up the extra credits like before, extra credits categories or extra credit items. You can do both.
Okay.
Yeah, I just don't have it in the demo. Yeah, but I will show you in a second. Yeah. Okay. Do you guys have other questions? Sandra, do you have a question? No? Okay. Okay. All right. So if you're ready, I'm going to go to my sandbox side so I can show you how to set it up. Okay. Before I go there, can I ask you, do you guys have your own course site to work on? It might be beneficial that you have a site so you can follow my steps to set up your own gradebook. All right? Okay, so let me start. Okay, Kathleen, I have to mute you because there's a little feedback here. All right, let me go to my sandbox site. Book. Okay, I'm gonna delete this, delete. Okay, I did this yesterday, so sorry. I have to delete this.
Good morning, Louisa. This is Jocelyn.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you? I just sent you a chat. I'm not sure why my current courses aren't visible to me in iLearn.
Okay, quick troubleshoot. Did you click on this site on the top left corner? Do you see that? See here, sites? Do you see this window?
Hold on, let me close out the participant so I could see a bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see? Okay, so if you scroll on this window, I can see my fall 2016. I assume your new course is under fall 2016, right?
Actually, I only see spring, fall.
I
only see spring and fall of 2016 and fall 2015.
Okay, so it should be fall 2016. If you don't have it there, have you created a site?
I haven't created a new site, no.
Okay, so that's probably you don't see it. Yeah,
Okay.
you need to, yeah, as an instructor, you need to create your own site. Okay, so you just need to click on this button, see here, create a new site, and follow the procedures there.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so it's pretty easy. So when I'm talking, you can create your site. It takes about a minute.
Great,
right?
thanks.
Yeah, when you have it, you can go to the Gradebook. Okay, so this is the trick I did in the syllabus. So I have to delete this, otherwise it's going to be in the lessons all the time. Sorry about that. Let me remove this. To delete this. I'm going to show you that little trick later. Okay, now it's gone. Okay, Gradebook. Here we go. All right, so when you are opening up your Gradebook, you should see entirely empty page. Don't worry, it's perfectly normal. So this is what it should look like. Okay, don't panic. You're doing great. So let me just close this window so I can see better. Step one, you click on this settings button here. Settings, click. You're gonna see 4 different tabs here you want to work on. Now, if you click on them, it's a kind of open and collapse motion you're going to do, and you can see all the settings. Grade entry, we usually recommend you put at point, not a percentage. It's easier to calculate that way. So points, all right? Now, next one, grade release rules. This one, at the moment, because the semester is not starting yet, I usually recommend that you do not check the box, all right? Now, you can see the release gradebook items or release the final course grades to the students. if you check the box for release course grades to the students, you have two options, actually three options. You can do either one of them, all right, or you can do both together. You can show both the letter grades or the percentage. It can be beneficial if your letter grades is a little bit different from the Marist grading scale. So if I scroll to the grading schema, you can see what I mean. So if you click the open, it's the Marist standards grade scale. In some graduate level classes, probably, for example, you do not have D, right? You do not have D plus or D. It goes from C straight to F. So if you have this letter grades in the standard Marist grade scale, it probably doesn't apply to you. So what I think would be beneficial in this new gradebook is that you can allow the student to see only the percentage, not the letter grades, to avoid the confusion. So in your syllabus, usually you would say, you know, A, B, C, and F. And then you can tell the student to convert the percentage to the letter grades themselves. You can also, in the banner system, you can put the letter grades in there, so it won't have any confusion about the letter grades in the gradebook inside iLearn. Yeah. So that's one of the new features this year. All right, so this is grade release scales. Now, let's move on to the most important feature of all of them, which is the categories and weighting. So if you click open, we still have the three types of categories you can use. No categories, categories only, categories and weighting. For categories and weighting, I think this is one is probably the most popular. If you teach a 15-week fall semester, you have lots and lots of assignments, quizzes, projects, and participations, everything. So it's more convenient to use the categories and the weightings to calculate your grades. If you click on this one, you also see three options for enable drop the highest, drop the lowest, or enable keep the highest. This one, enable drop the lowest, is sometimes very useful if you have lots of similar type of assignments. For example, you have 10 quizzes, right? 10 quizzes, but you feel quite generous. You want to help the student achieve. So you are saying, I will drop the lowest of 10 of all 10 quizzes. So only 9 out of 10 will be counted towards the final grades. That's how you're going to use the drop lowest. I already created some of the items, so let me just remove some of them so you can see how I enter them. Now, if you already have these categories, I have 3 here at the moment. They are forums, assignments, and extra bonus project. Extra bonus project is 2%, and it's an extra credit category. So that's why you can see that even though my total is 50%, I have this 2% bonus project on top of the 50%. The system is warning me, you know, you have to have 100%, so I need to put more categories here. So this is what I'm going to do. I click on this add a category, So I'm saying I need a pets category. And then this one will be 20%. All right, because I have lots of quizzes, so I want to make this one drop the lowest. So I put a 1 here. That means that to drop 1 out of all the quizzes. So looking at the number here, I'm still missing 30%. So I need to put my final category here, which is this project. All right, project account for 30%. So now I'm getting 100%. Everything looking good. So this is my category settings. All right, so another new feature this year is that you can change the order of these categories so you can see them better. So for example, this extra bonus project, I don't want it to be in the middle here. It should be at the bottom. So I can just drag it, move it to the bottom. Yeah, so then it's looking good. Okay, so I want the assignment to be on the top because this is what they do every week. Okay, so assignments goes to the top. That makes sense? Okay, so this is how you set up the Gradebook categories. Yeah. When you think you're done, you click Save Changes. Okay, click Save Changes. Now you're done. All right. Oh, category names must be unique. Did I put some unique names? I think I did. Okay. Cancel. Go back. Go back. Oh, I got a new one here. Is there someone doing something here? Let me see here. I got 120%. Tests, projects, quizzes. I have this one removed. Okay. This one should be 30. Save changes. Okay, now that's better. The settings were successfully updated. Now we're good. Okay, so these are all the settings. Okay. Do you have any questions about setting up the Gradebook? Let me see if you have any questions. Okay. Can you hear me clearly? Because I got word that I'm breaking up badly. How about my audio? Can you guys hear me? Okay. Sounds good? Okay. So there are probably connection with one individual, but not everybody. So that sometimes happens with WebEx due to the connection sometimes. Okay, sorry about that. So we got a question. So if there's any leeway with the grading scale, or can you calculate the means and standard deviation? Yes, you can. So when you have grades, you have a button to calculate the grade statistics. So we can, in a second, I'm going to go to the grading, the other demo site. So because I have some grades there, so I can show you. All right. Okay. Let me, do you have other questions? Let me just hold on for 1 second. Do you guys have other questions? Okay, good. Okay then. Now, after you setting up the Gradebook, you can go back and enter all your grading items. So click on this grades button here on the top, the first button. Now, when you go back, you probably is a little bit surprised and saying, hey, I set up all the categories. Why do I see anything? Why don't I see anything? Yes, you don't see anything. It's perfectly normal. This is how the Gradebook set up. You will see all the students' names as soon as you add one Gradebook item. Okay, so to add a Gradebook item, you just click on this little button here, Add Gradebook Item, this blue button here. Click. All right, you pop up this window. So I'm thinking now, let's add the assignment 1. Okay, I want a point value to be 100, right? And it's not an extra credit. I want to put it under assignment window. Okay. Sometimes this button doesn't work. I think I'm on Firefox. Okay. Okay, so let me try this. Okay. Here. Oh, now it worked. Sorry about that. So sometimes my web browser is not the most updated. That's why this chat box doesn't show up in the Firefox sometimes. By my Chrome, it looks like it's most updated, so I can see this checkbox. Okay, so I enter a assignment 1. I put it under the category assignments, 40%. Then I click create. Okay. See? When I have one item in there, I can see a list of all of my students in the site. So everything's looking good. You can continue to add a few more items here. So for example, I'm going to add one for the other category, which is a quiz. So quiz 1. This one is worth 10 points. So I put it under tests. All right, say create. Voila. So you can see that assignments are blue and the tests are purple. All right, you can continue to add more. For example, I want to say it's a bonus activity. It's an actual credit. I want to put into the actual bonus project. Put it there. Create. Oh, no points. I'm so sorry. So this one's 5 points. So continue. Voila. So I got this bonus project here. All right. So now you can see the differences. Assignments, tests are regular categories and items, and extra bonus points is extra credit. So you can see here there is a little plus button here. It means that it's an extra credit item and a category. Yeah, that's why it's different. All right. So I think the setting up it's not that difficult. So you just keep clicking this Add a Gradebook item, then you can get everything here. Okay, so basically 2 steps. First, click on the settings and go down the list and fill up the form and save changes. Second step, click on this Add Gradebook item and get this window and create all those individual grading items and click create. Then you are set. And you can now put all those items here and make it work. All right, so I think that's basically it. So you have your gradebook. This year we have another new feature. In the past, we can set up the assignments, tests and quizzes, and also forums to link with the gradebook. Now we have this new feature in the lessons tool. We can also send items from the lessons tool to the gradebook. It can be very beneficial for online courses, particularly because you can set up conditions, you can set up the individual quiz questions. It can be really fun. So there's a little trick I want to show you in the lessons in a second. But before that, do you have any questions about setting up the gradebook? Right. Okay, I'm taking questions now. You can also unmute yourself if you have questions. Okay, no questions? We're good? Okay. All right then. Let me see here now. Okay. So I just quickly show you. If you go to the assignments tool, all right, for example, I'm looking at this sample assignments edit. All right. If you go here, if you put the grade scale as points, 100 points, and you can add assignments to the gradebook. This is how you link the assignment tool to the gradebook. If you click this and click post at the bottom, we are going to see this sample assignments in the gradebook. So I would just go over there and take a quick peek. So go to gradebook, and you can see, oh, let me close the chat window. You can see this sample assignments right here. So once you send it over first time, you can see that it's not under any category. So what you need to do is click this little downward arrow, go to edit item details, and modify the categories. I want to put it under assignments category, so click and save changes. Okay, now you can see that it's under sample assignments. All right. Now, if you use tests and quizzes, click tests and quizzes, click. And I have one grade A for testing, this one in there. So what I can do is go to settings. All right, then go to grading and feedback. The settings here. I can send it over to the gradebook immediately. Okay, send assessment scores. Check the box and save, and we should be able to see this quiz in the gradebook. Okay, waiting for the system. Okay, click gradebook. Ta-da! Okay, so this one is right here. Grade A for testing. Follow the same procedure. Modify the categories, edit items here. Put it under tests. Okay, save changes. All right, so you can see there under tests, we have quiz 1, grade A for testing, and tests. Now you can see the difference very clearly. So quiz 1, we created quiz 1 inside the gradebook. That's why we can manually enter the grades here. See, you can manually enter the grades. But this grade A for testing, this one, you cannot, because it's originated from the test and quiz tool. We cannot modify the scores here. You have to go back to the quizzes. Now, these are the assignments and the test and quiz tool. Now, what about the lessons I mentioned earlier? So if I go to lessons, all right. So if I go to lessons, you can see that I have some contents here already. What I want to do is to add a quick question, like a quick poll to ask the student something. So here it says add content, and I'm going to add a quick question. It's a new feature here called question. Click. You're getting this table. Because next week is the first week of the class, so I'm going to use a common question that almost every instructor will ask your students. So, have you read the syllabus? Is that the question you might want to ask your students? Yeah. So I would say yes. No. Okay. I assume that you want yes to be the correct question. So you click a checkbox here to indicate this is a correct answer, and you want to grade this question. So the title in the gradebook will be syllabus. Okay, the maximum points will be 1 point. All right. So text will show if the answer is correct. You'll say, thank you. See you in the next class. So if the student answer is no, you will say, bye. Please withdraw from the class. All right, so just play a prank with your students. Now you want to require this item. If you require this item, you can see that this item has a little asterisk showing up on in front of it. So save. Now this is what you're going to see in the lessons. You can see there's a little asterisk here, and this is the quick poll you want the student to answer. Now if I answered it correctly, I click yes and submit my answer. Click submit my answer. I will be prompted with this feedback. Thank you. See you in the next class. As an instructor, you will be able to see this poll here, who did what. So show poll, and you can see, yes, there's one correct answer. Now, if you want to see even more details, you click on this little results to show grading pane. So click. You can see one person got 1 point. Now, is this going to the gradebook? Yes, it will. If you click on the gradebook, click on the gradebook here, and you can see the syllabus right here. Because I'm an instructor, my grade is not coming here. But if a student did it, it would come here. All right, so this is a new feature in the lessons. There are a couple other things you can do here. So for example, let me go back to the lessons. You can see that I added this grade day for testing in the lessons here. This is a quiz. All right, so if you click this edit button, these are the settings for the quizzes. If you click on this require that student submit this assessment, students have to submit this quiz before they can move on to the next page. And in addition, you can require the student to achieve certain level of grades before they can move on. So if you say, hey, you need to achieve at least 80 points before you can move on to the next page, this is what you can do. Now, this is very beneficial for online courses, but for the regular courses, probably you don't need that. But, you know, this is a new feature in lessons. Just want to tell you that this can work. All right. Now, for now, I just cancel. Okay, so these are the new features in the Gradebook and how the Gradebook works with other tools. There are tons of new features. I hope you can try that out in your own course and play with them. See if there's anything that the Gradebook can do for you or cannot. Let me know your feedback. We still have about 15 minutes, so I'm going to take your questions. All right, let me see if I get any questions. So, Tom, you were saying that it doesn't work for you? It doesn't add a quiz to the Gradebook? Okay. Oops. So, Tom, did you add a quiz? There's a button showing that you need to send it over to the Gradebook. Did you check that box? Let me go back and let me show you that box. Okay. So if you go back, you can see the working copies and the published copies. You need to be under the published copies. You go to the settings. See the settings here? And there are a lot of settings. You need to go under grading and feedback. Grading and feedback. And here is the option for the Gradebook. Check this box. Tom, would you try it again? All right.
Box is checked.
Box is checked? Okay.
Do I have to do save and publish?
Yes, you need. Yeah, if it doesn't publish, it doesn't go to the Gradebook. Only the published copies goes to the Gradebook.
Okay, so then the students can see this even though I'm still setting up my Gradebook.
Yes. But you can make it unreleased on the Gradebook. This setting you can come back to modify it later. So you don't have to check this box now.
Okay, I guess. Yeah, because I'd like to set up the Gradebook, but not have it being seen by students.
Yes, you can do that. So, for example, if you go back to the Gradebook, let me see here. Everything. Let's see. This one. Okay. So this is the one I sent over from the quizzes, right? Okay. So if you click here, see the edit item details. Okay. You can uncheck these boxes. Right. If you uncheck these boxes, the students don't see anything in the Gradebook. So even though these quizzes are published, they cannot see anything in the Gradebook. You just save changes.
Okay.
Did that work for you?
And then when I'm done, I go back through each item, each gradebook item, and release them here.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so when it's not released to the students, you can see this little icon showing up. See that? It indicates they are not released to the students. They cannot see it. Okay, Kathleen has a question. So if I click drop lowest quiz, is that active right from the start? The student has lower grades on a subsequent quiz, will store the drop the grades and drop the new one. Yes, the drop lowest option will start functioning when there are 2 quizzes in there. So if there are less than 2, if there's only 1 quiz there, it doesn't work. You know, drop the lowest only works when there are at least 2. So when there's a new one coming in, you know, a 3rd one, it will start work. Drop the newer one if it's the lowest among the 3. Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, let me put everything back so you see if you have any questions. All right. Let me think if there's anything else that I haven't showed you. Yeah, I think I covered almost everything. Yeah. Okay, one more question. What it does the import export tab? Okay, so if you have all your grades in here and you want to keep a copy on your hard drive, so you can use the export button. You can see here, export gradebook or custom export. If you click export, you're gonna receive a CSV file right here. It's downloaded on my browser. If you click custom export, you can choose what you want to download. Okay, so when you're ready, click download, and you're gonna get a CSV file. You can open it up in Excel. You can play with it on your hard drive. However, the import button doesn't work that well as the export. If you have an Excel file you want to upload to Gradebook and want to set it up that way, the system now has some problems, so I recommend you do not use it for now. You can use the export, but import doesn't work that well. Sorry about that. Let's see, Kathleen has another question. So should I not showing the letter grade or the letter grade cutoff points according to the Gradebook? We have a grade scale here. If you click settings, and you can see the grade schema, that's the cutoff point. You can see 95, 90, 87, 83, 80, 77, 73. It will automatically calculate the letter grade for you. So you can try that in your own class if it works out for you. Yeah. If you have graduate level courses, just be careful. Your grading scale may not be exactly the same. Yeah. Yes. Someone speaking?
Hi, Louisa. This is Tom Conley.
Hey, how are you?
Good. One of the things I could not import from the old course was the gradebook. And when I go to look at the old course, I don't see a gradebook.
Yeah.
Is there any way I could get that gradebook so I know what the weightings are for the assignments, quizzes, etc.?
Yeah, so if you have an old course you inherited from somebody, it depends on how old it is. But as right now, because the system is upgraded, you cannot import the old gradebook to this new one because they are 2 different systems. So you have to manually set up the gradebook here. So I just hope that it doesn't take that long. In your old course, if you don't see the gradebook in there, I recommend you look at the syllabus. Usually there's a scale or percentage breakdown in there, so you can see how many percentage for each category, so you possibly can know it better. Yeah. Have you looked at the syllabus? Is there any percentage breakdown there?
One link called Gradebook 2 in the old course. History and
yeah, the Gradebook 2. I can look at it offline. Would you give me a call? Probably. Let me think.
Yeah, you're breaking up, but I think I should give you a call, which I will do.
Right. You know, afterwards, give me a call, like 10 minutes. I think we can solve the problem. All right, so we have 5 more minutes. Do you guys have other questions? All right, so I hope today's webinar is helpful to you. Now, if you could give us some feedback, it will be really helpful. Let me go to the evaluation page and give you the link for the evaluation. Just a second here. Okay. Oh, before I go away, Jocelyn has a question. Did you already show us how to calculate the statistics for means, etc.? Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Let me open a window here. Go back, go to the demo site. Okay, now we're back. Now, in the assignments in this interface here, I already showed you this drop-down menu here. If you click open, you can see the view grade statistics. Okay, click open, and you can see the statistics for the average, mean, standard deviation, lowest, and high scores, total scores. Okay. This is the statistics we have right now. I understand that it is for the one individual grading item. It's not for the whole class at the moment. I don't think we have that, but let me go to the other window here. Go here. I'm sorry, we don't have statistics for the course grade. Yeah, it's only for the one individual category. So see here, view grade statistics. Thank you, Jocelyn. I forgot about that. All right. All right. So, okay. I think that's the last question. Thank you all for showing up today. Very glad talking to you too. If you have questions, you know how to find us. It's academic.technology@marist.edu. We have a situation of shifting around the phone number at the moment, so email is the best way to reach us for training and how-to questions. If you have any technical difficulties with iLearn or any other technical situation, please contact the help desk. It's the most efficient way to get help. So if you call the help desk or 4357 or the helpdesk@marist.edu, you can get the technical support very quickly. Thank you, guys. I will see you around.